from the
Same places, trap music, this that first react music. They can't hold me back, I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this, my flow I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking, you should hush bitch. I am from the heavy base, my bro called a heavy case. Got a couple
Good evening, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa Eve to everyone out there, and welcome back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, examine, and analyze words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight, we will be smoking on the word Christmas. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood at BK Soul Farm.
Hey.
And we are the Cigarden Panel. Happy Kwanzaa Eve, Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that good stuff, God. How you feeling? How's the family?
Hey, same to you, guys. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Family doing good. Everybody's feeling love, bro. Like there's a lot going around. So I like that. Happy Kwanzaa Eve. I like that.
Happy Kwanzaa Eve, yeah. Shout out to Nana V. She put me on to that.
I like that. Shout out to Nana V.
You know, she was like, "It's Kwanzaa Eve, son."
I like that. I like that.
I said, "Yeah." I said, "Mom, I'm taking that. That's tough."
I like it.
Yes, indeed. But man, we have a great show for y'all tonight. Before we get into the questions for the word Christmas, make sure to like and share the video. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Also, don't forget about the holiday sale going on right now at DBCHEFTV gift shop. We got 25% off all merch, the whole site, and it expires on January 5th. That's now through January 5th, 2026. And then also, we have 1016 160 Self-Sustainability by the God Ali Dawood at www.bksoulfarm.com. Go over there and grab you a copy of that today. And like we always say, if money's tight, it's all right. We're going to still love you. Just smash the like. It's the freest thing you can do to support us, and it helps the channel. And let's get into tonight's questions. So y'all, we got Christmas. What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? Our second question: has the birth of Jesus become dwarfed by the concept of gift giving? Our third question: why do you think African Americans prefer to celebrate Christmas, and they're supposed to be over Kwanzaa? But why do you know what? We can rock with that. Christmas or Kwanzaa. You know. Our fourth question: what are the positives and negatives of Christmas? Explain both. And then last but never least, fifth and final question is the word Christmas bad, good, or misunderstood? Let us know in the comment sections and exchange your insights. And we're going to go ahead and get into our first question. What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? The God Ali Dawood at BK Soul Farm.
Peace. So
Peace, God.
honestly,
No, it's Christmas. Lie to me. Treat me like a child.
Like the very first thing I think of, like in my adult mind, I think about commercialism. I think about a great way to stimulate the economy, right? Not necessarily for us, but for the economy, right? If you make products, then you might stand a chance. If you sell goods, you might stand a chance, right? But there's a lot of marketing being done, and there's a lot of competition in marketing, and people are attracted to the bigger the poster and the greater the lights. And I don't know, man. Like, I get confused when I think about Christmas. Is it supposed to be the birth of Jesus, or is it about the Santa Claus thing? And those two things get conflated for me, and it's like I'm not sure how I'm supposed to act. Right? I know what they I know what they show me on TV, how I'm supposed to feel. Right? The family coming together, giving gifts, and the Christmas trees and the lights and all the great food. Actually, not good food, the great food, and all the great smells and all the laughs and all that. Right? If you have that kind of family, and if you had that kind of experience, right? Um, at the same time, I acknowledge that because of so much marketing towards all of that, there's a lot of people that don't have that, that are greatly depressed this time
Mm.
this time of year, because of the constant look what you don't have, look what you don't have, loser, loser, loser. At least that's how I feel like these people feel.
That's what you think of when you hear the word Christmas.
Yeah,
It's some loser mentalities.
it's
It's
a
some
mix.
yeah.
It's a mix of things, right?
People measuring themselves against others. Oh, you don't. Oh, your tree ain't this big. Oh, you don't have
Yeah,
this many lights on your house. So you
did you
don't have
yeah, did you
this.
get
Or
a
you don't
real
have.
tree?
Or did you
Uh,
get a fake tree? Or did you? Yeah, like it
like,
is.
that's why I said, that's why the first thing I said
It
was
is some things
commercialism,
that go like that.
right? But if you have the family, if you have the environment, the opportunity that you get from Christmas is dope, right? To be around those loved ones, even if it is just for once a year. That's another problem I have. I don't like that is only once a year, right? That
Well, that will save your negatives. Because we just talking about
yeah,
what you think about it.
yeah. Those are things I think about.
When you hear the word, because clearly it's a lot of things.
Yeah, I got this picture of myself when I was about 4 years old, and
Okay.
in that picture, I was surrounded by toys and gifts. And in that picture, that's what I think of when I think about myself. Unfortunately, I don't remember that Christmas, right? But I got that picture, so I know it was real, right? And so I know at one time it was all of that, right? It was everything that they showed me on Disney. Like, it was the
Were the
sound.
gifts real, or were you at
Nah,
Woolworth
nah, nah, nah,
posing?
nah. Those nah, 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 nah. Now we went to Sea-Town. We went
Oh,
to Sea.
Sea Town. Goodness gracious. Y'all got everything in one stop. Y'all got the groceries and the gifts.
You had to go to the backs.
The new that was the old Walmart.
All right,
Crazy.
but nah, I really had those joints, right? They was like, but I remember, Christmases of not having so many things, right? And wanting a lot of things and getting a lot of excuses and a lot of side eyes for wanting things. I'm like, ah, damn, right? Like, they say make a list, but it's like you make a list and you might get punished, right? So,
It's too much shit. Is this Santa's doing? Is Santa punishing? I didn't think Santa punished. I never saw a movie with Santa punished.
right. But that's what I think about. It's like it's confusing for me. I think about, like, mostly I think about the commercialism, and I think that's what's predominant on my thought process, right? Is the commercialism and what that does to us. Um, yeah.
The commercialism and the psychological effects. So we are going to dive deeper into the commercialism and the psychological effects with our questions as we go on through the show. But man, what do I think of when I hear the word Christmas? Um, Melodies like chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Fire Joyce, eh?
You know, like oh, like what else, man? My favorite movies, Home Alone, uh, Die Hard, A Christmas Story, The Grinch. Um, man, all like you said, all the good food. You know, it's been a while since. Well, man, last year I was at the wife's parents, so I got my treats. But you know, because I be thinking like when somebody else cooks and not me cooking for myself, because I eat good all the time. You know,
Yeah,
like no
correct,
cap. I'm
correct.
nice with it. That's why the chef is right there. You know, but but like when somebody else cooks for you and it's like yes, this is delicious. You know,
Yeah.
um, man, what else we got? What else we got? Oh, this is one thing too. Um, where I live, it dawned on me the other day when I was running back and forth to Home Depot and Hobby Lobby and Michaels and and Lowe's, you know,
It do be
tell,
like
telling my
that.
age now, Hobby Lobby, right? So I was coming into the entrance of the neighborhood community, whatever we call it, where we live at,
Mhm.
and I saw the houses lit up, you know, like everyone's house, no matter how small or how large, looking beautiful, you know,
Mhm.
with everybody trying to do their lights and stuff like that, the festive for the season. And I said something hit me. It said, "Man, I remember when me, Nana V, and my baby sister, we used to get in the car and we would ride through neighborhoods. That would be something we would do, ride through neighborhoods to see the lights, you know." And it just felt good for a moment because it's like, dag, now I live in one of those neighborhoods, you know? And that was just something to me. Like I sometimes when you live in somewhere, you know, like I think of other things. My mind gets caught up in making sure like property value and you know, like all the economic aspects of the things, you know, because you paying for it and you don't own it, you know, like even when you because you're never done paying for it, right?
Called
So
a mortgage.
you know, like mortgage or taxes. So like either way, you know, there still is an ongoing responsibility. So some of the surface things I didn't really, you know, I haven't really like allowed myself to just like breathe and like see some of those things, you know. And it was just a moment that I had just like just being thankful, you know, for looking at my journey from where my past experiences to where I'm at now and what I've been able to do through the opportunities that I've been presented with that I didn't fuck them up, you know. Um and just you know and just being thankful for that. And I was like, dang, I live in a neighborhood where people would have, you know, with like we used to drive through and see the houses. So it's like, man, I could just get in my car and drive around the neighborhood and see everybody's houses, you
That's a
know.
fact.
And
That's a fact.
you know, and it'd be like, dang, like I don't even have to. I could walk actually. You know, if I had a bicycle, I could ride a bike, a little scooter or something, or you know, like I don't have to get in my vehicle now and go somewhere else where we drive to, you know, where we're thinking about it. Like, dag, I wish we could live around here. You know, where you even have those thoughts, like this is so nice, you know, and then you go back to your where you live at and it kind of make you resent your shit and not be thankful. Like you go get the so, you know, we'll get into that later on, but you know, because that to me that's like a negative, you know, where now we done went and seen the houses, got some McDonald's and shit, got some frosted Sundays and everything, you know what I'm saying?
That's dark
Yeah,
over here.
you know, and then you get back over there and it's like like, what the fuck is going on? You like, somebody got some shit on their balcony or something, like,
They festive. That's cool.
some shit around the store. Like at the gas station and shit, they got some lights up in there,
Hell yeah.
you know. So you just like, damn, like, and I just feel very appreciative and thankful for it. But but yeah, Christmas, when I think of Christmas, gifts, family coming together, all of the movies, um, like Friday After Next, that's one of my favorite Christmas movies too. Um, and really like in my old age, that's all I really do now is just like eat and watch the movies. That's it. Kind of get ready for, Kwanzaa Eve.
I about to say that ain't true, God. You just talking about Hobby Lobby, Home Depot.
Well, that was Christmas. That was Christmas Eve. That's not Christmas Day.
Nah, but you just got finished talking about in your old age. All I really do
Yeah,
is trying to make
on the
sure.
25th, though. What's they call it? The Sabbath. I treat it
The
like the
stop.
Sabbath.
Haven't got you, boy.
Yeah, yeah. I treat it like the Sabbath and don't do shit. you know, but eat and
You ain't
and
lying.
loaf.
And loaf,
That's
man.
it.
And
I mean,
don't feel bad about none of it.
no, and I'm glad now that we have something to be productive. So now I feel like, okay,
I
I can
so
also
earned
be
this.
productive on this day too
Hell yeah.
now. Do a little something. We get
Ah, hell
closer
yeah.
to our goals,
Hell yeah.
no days off.
No days are for what?
Yeah. But
Hell yeah.
but definitely the food, um, and I know it's bad, like I ain't even say something I probably like that. He ain't even say Jesus. Like and Jesus too,
Jesus.
and the birth of Jesus too. Like I don't want to offend nobody. It's just, you know, it has gotten away. Like I have Jesus with me every day, so I don't be on some, on this day I gotta be extra with my Jesus, you know. Um, Even though people do give me some shots out on my birthday, so you know, think it's fair. Think it's fair. But that's what we got. What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? Let us know in the comment section what you think of when you hear the word Christmas. And moving to our second question: has the birth of Jesus become dwarfed by the concept of gift giving? Has the birth of Jesus become dwarfed by the concept of gift giving? Like me just giving the example of how I said all of these things first, and then I just dwarfed Jesus and made it last on the list. I ain't even go the first thing. The first thing I think of of Christmas is the birth of Jesus. Hallelujah. Like I ain't even go there with it. Cause being honest, like I always got my Jesus. So, I don't know. What you think, guy? Has it been dwarfed? I know I just dwarfed it.
So I was sitting here thinking, and I'm trying to figure out which one came first.
Like socially,
Yeah,
socially,
yeah, like
you know.
I don't know. Like has it always been the birth of Jesus and gift giving at the same time, or is that like some Saint Nicholas North Pole type stuff? Like where did that come from? That's what I'm saying, God. Like I really don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Um, I would need the definition of what they say Christmas is, right, to be able to answer that question, right? Because the way it's posed right now would suggest that it is about the birth of Jesus.
okay.
And I'm saying that I don't know that for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna rock with you on the I don't know. I'm gonna rock with you with the on the I don't know. And we're gonna just pull up the definition then. You know.
I think to answer without that, I think we definitely go. I'm gonna offend somebody for real.
Well, I mean, what we see in being practice is the reason why, I figured we could get it off because
But that's
in practice we see culturally more of it. I see more of it about the gift giving and the,
and that's why I say
because
I
when I
don't
see
know.
the
Yeah,
commercials, I see the push to, like you were saying in the first question, consumer, like consumerism, purchasing things more so than and also those comparative things, like when people like, oh, your tree ain't this big, or your lights ain't this, or you didn't get this many gifts, or that's all you got or you didn't get a gift, or all of these things.
all
But
that stuff, right? Yeah,
it's more prevalent than the Christ mass of the Christmas.
right. And you only get that part from your pastor for the most part, or from Granny, right? But everything else is all about Santa and gift giving.
Yeah.
So it honestly confuses me.
So let's just go ahead and jump into the definition then. Y'all, if y'all just joining us, we are smoking on the word Christmas. We appreciate it if y'all go ahead and smash that like button. It's Christmas. Give us a Christmas gift. Smash that like button. There you go. We got Christmas, and it is a noun. And it says a Christian feast. That's that good food we was talking about. On December 21st, or among some Eastern Orthodox Christians on January 7th, that commemorates the birth of Christ and is usually observed as a legal holiday. Then we get two, Christmastide, and then we get Christmassy as in Christmassy. Don't you get all Christmassy on me?
Don't get on Christmas. Oh, I guess there you go.
as
It's
a as an adjective.
it's about the birth of Christ. So to answer the question fairly now, yeah, it's been it's been dwarfed.
If as it was defined, right? If as it was defined, the proper application of it, it should be about Christ.
It should be about Christ, according to this, right? So yeah, like so, and not only that, like not only about Christ, they just talk about a feast. They don't even talk about no gifts on here.
Yeah. Yeah, because it doesn't say gifts, does it? It doesn't say
No,
an
gifts,
exchange of
exchange
gifts.
of gifts or nothing like that, or
Yeah.
ceremony. Just say a feast.
Just say some food. Everybody getting together, breaking some bread. So the trees and everything and all that other stuff. Boom, boom, boom.
Look at that. I ain't been wrong all this time.
Boom, boom, boom. you know, you know. Who cares about doing it right? We're gonna do it how we want to do it anyway, right? That's the mind
But
flow.
what they say is when in Rome, do as the Romans.
Yeah. Somebody said that this was okay. So we doing it, and don't tell me that they was lying to me or I'm doing it wrong. Well,
Wow. Mm.
okay. So let's check out the thesaurus and see what we have. Christmas as an Advent. And it says a Christian holiday that is celebrated on December 25th. December 25th in honor of the birth of Jesus Christ, or the period of time that comes before or after this holiday. And then we see related words: Advent, Xmas, Nativity, Noel, Christmas time, Yule. Yule, watch me Yule, Soldier Boy, crank that. Oh, that's not the same thing. Um, Christmas tide and Yuletide. So yeah, the thesaurus just says it's about the birth of Jesus, about the birth of baby Jesus too.
And more of it. Even Xmas is counts as the birth of Jesus. That's not even a Santa Claus thing.
Yeah, Yuletide, the Yuletide, and the Noel. Maybe
Hey.
even I could add Soldier Boy song, crank that to a Christmas song now. Now I can mix that in with the Bing Crosby and then and and the Nat King Cole, you know. do, do, do. You know,
That's funny.
crank that. You watch me, you. Yeah. So
Hey, look at the sentence what he got right. That says we're spending Christmas with my parents.
yeah,
So the only spending they're doing is with their loved ones.
it's with their loved ones. That's it.
That's
Don't say they.
interesting.
Don't say we spending money. So this is the dictionary, y'all. Like, you know, I mean, I mean, if we send our children to school to use these words, to get taught these words to use them, then nobody should be mad that we are just peeling back the layers of this and getting a proper understanding of how we should be applying this thing. Um, you know, we're not trying to kill the Christmas vibe, but clearly, you know, Christmas is about Christ. And that leads to specifically the birth of Jesus, of baby Jesus. And and then we'll roll back to our second question. Has the birth of Jesus become dwarfed by the concept of gift giving? You know? So now after seeing the definition, God, what you got on that? What you got now with it?
Oh yeah, that's a 100% actual factual. No question about it. I think baby Jesus gets sprinkled, just lightly around today, right? Like I think he just barely gets mentioned, in conversation and in passing. Um, I don't even think the gift wrapping paper is predominantly Christ-like.
You don't typically see little Jesuses on the little nativity scenes. Like you have to go search for that. You know,
Yeah, like
you have to go search for that. But you can find candy cane wrapping paper. Like when you go to the dollar store, Dollar General, Wally World, CVS, well, you know, any of them places, they got plenty of that wrapping paper that got, you know, trees on it, candy canes,
reindeer,
gingerbread, reindeers, you know.
a bunch of gifts,
Not a lot of crosses though.
not a lot of crosses.
Yeah, not a lot of little suns with the nativity and the little manger and all that, with Mary and Joseph in the manger. The little goats and stuff running around. We got goats on the wall up there too, y'all, you know.
Good eats.
Good eat, yeah. We love to carry goat. So, um, I'm definitely in the camp where it 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 appears that, you know, the Jesus is being dwarfed. Um, why do we think that is?
Get money.
You think it's just all about the money?
Nothing less, bro. Like, um, and his money for not the church, right? Is a way to stimulate, like I said, to stimulate the economy, because paying your tithes and offerings does not stimulate the economy. I don't think. I think that stimulates the church's economy, but I don't think it stimulates the economy, but when you advertise sales everywhere and put lights everywhere and told them, come here, shop here, buy this, show your loved one that you care this way, and you sprinkle it with in the name of Jesus, right? And show them that you care this Christmas, celebrate Jesus's birth with your family and show them that you care, bring a gift to them and make a sacrifice and show them that you're willing to sacrifice and type stuff, right? It's like I don't know, man. Like
Wow. So
it's
this
it's
whole
it's
time,
it's marketing. It's
damn, this whole time I had a holiday sale but I never said like, like Jesus, like sacrifice a bill and go and buy a shirt. Sacrifice, your good credit the way Jesus would sacrifice his life for you. Hit DBCHEFTV gift shop and do all that you can do. Merry Christmas.
Merry
So
Christmas.
like
From me to you.
from me to you, right? There you go. To give right back to me. Like is that what they doing? Is that what they doing?
Dog, like it's like
That's crazy.
because it's not like it's new stuff that's selling. It's the same stuff, but for whatever reason, corporate America takes advantage and sets the example that we can up the price and put a sale on it so people would think that they're getting it for lower than what they're really getting it for. Right? Like
That shit
and
is not funny, but it's so funny.
and what's sad is everybody knows that this is what corporate America does,
Do
right?
they? Do they? Are we giving people too much grace?
No, no,
You know?
no, no, because I hear people talking about it. I be ear hustling, and I hear people saying this stuff while still making the purchases. Talking about they got to get it, they can't be without it, right? Like it's still keeping up with the Joneses. Is how come my neighbor's grass is green? Like yo, God, like we live in a world where people get jealous of other people's grass to the point where they paint their turf.
Painted turf. Hey, that's pretty innovative. Then you don't have to cut it. That's low
You
maintenance. You
know
spend
what
it one time and then it's just there. You can't really do nothing but vegetation, but maybe you can
You know what
above
I'm saying?
ground
But
farm. I don't know.
but instead of watering their lawn, instead of dropping seeds, instead of
Right.
cultivating, instead of taking the time that the other person has clearly taken because they're
Right.
desirous of their lawn looking a certain way, so they did a certain thing. We're just gonna be envious and jealous and want it so much that we're just gonna paint. Like that's a thing. People actually pay for that now. Pay for
Yeah,
that
that's
service,
crazy. Yeah, I think that being envious and jealous of your neighbor is some bullshit anyway. I think that that's one of them horrible things.
but I think they give us that in the marketing. I think that's where the competition for everything comes from is, oh, you ain't got this? Wouldn't you look good in this? I be seeing the billboards when I be driving talking about your wife is hot. You need a brand new AC. And I'm like, what?
What? Your wife is hot. You need a brand new AC. I
All
guess
right.
it's catchy.
It's catchy, you know what I'm saying?
I guess it's catchy. You know.
All right. Like, you know, I mean, marketing is a hell of a thing, God.
But definitely moving on to our third question. Why do you think African Americans prefer to celebrate Christmas over Kwanzaa or Kwanzaa? Because we see more African Americans participating in Christmas than Kwanzaa culturally.
Yeah.
And I know I know a lot of African Americans, and I would say maybe a handful of them acknowledge Kwanzaa, you know. And I'm talking about literally like 5. I ain't even trying to be like I know like you know what I'm saying? I ain't even talking about like I know 100 people and at least 60 of them. Nah, I'm talking about like 5, like out of 100. You know, the other 95 was all Christmas, no Jesus. You know, and then the other 5 they get chastised like, why would you deprive your child? You know, like and not give the credit to a false entity. You know, teach your children how to lie. You know, and be
Yo,
the example of what a lie is. You know, but
yeah, God.
but that's something that I was talking to my dad, man, and we had a conversation today, and he said that he said, you know how devastated that like little children be when they find out like the truth about that shit. Like they be devastated, like almost like. And I said,
The truth about what, God?
the truth about Santa.
Whoa, what's Santa got to do with this? This is about the birth of Jesus.
The truth about Santa.
What's Santa got to do with this? This is about the birth of Jesus.
You know what? We'll get to it. We'll get to it. That's the teaser. Yeah, we'll get to it. So, you know, Kwanzaa being something that is when we actually look up Kwanzaa, I actually had to bring up Kwanzaa because I figured like with this question, maybe there is a lot of there's a lot of people who just don't even know what Kwanzaa is. You know, maybe there isn't enough education about it. It isn't enough information about it. Maybe there's, maybe it isn't publicized enough.
That's not true.
That's not true. I mean, maybe that's a maybe, right? Maybe.
And so every time one of those 5 people you talk about try to tell one of them other 95 people that you know about, them other
Right.
95 people like, here you go. Yeah, that blackity black stuff.
With that black stuff,
You
right?
trying to deprive me of my Christmas. You trying to take away my joy. You trying to that. Instead of embracing and learning and educating and building, it become a competition. So
Yeah.
the information's out there. Cats be trying. Nah, you know what? In fact, I take it back. You're right, because we don't have the big marketing.
Yeah, we don't have the big Kwanzaa
We,
don't have the big marketing.
we don't have the corporate. We don't have the corporate marketing. We don't have that.
Walmart has a Christmas sale. They don't have a Kwanzaa
Yeah,
sale.
yeah, yeah,
Best Buy has
yeah.
a Christmas sale, and all these
Yeah.
other. They don't have the come on in 7 days of
7
shopping.
days
Like,
of shopping.
like
Like, why would you not want? Why would you
they
not
might be
want to go?
sparing us though. They might be sparing them since they know. Since they say the
See,
African American community has like what $3 trillion or something like spending
man.
power, but then they spend like 2 trillion of it on stuff. They give like
Man,
half a trillion to Gucci and Louis and all that, and
man, they
then
would go crazy if they embrace Kwanzaa though.
so it's like 7 days. I gotta just ball out every single day, like. Where everybody will be like, Oprah, you get a car, you
You
get a
get it.
car, you get a book, you get a car, you get a, you know.
That
Oh
sound like
no. It
love.
sounds like a lot of love. Sounds like a lot of sharing and caring and sound like a lot of unity. you know. And if we start chipping in, then it sounds like some cooperative economics. Like we know Kwanzaa coming up. We got to save for it. Not just put it all on a credit card and then hope our tax refund cover it.
I didn't want to cut you though with your story, but like you said,
No, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it
yeah,
back. I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna get back to it, but we wanted to we wanted to
Yeah.
get this Kwanzaa in here though because it's important. Because I think what you're saying, like I agree with you. Like you do get it. There's a stigma, like oh, that's this black thing, you know. But it is a black thing, you know.
It is a
Especially yeah, like it is a black thing, you know. And if you check in a box that say African American, like Christmas was given to us, right? Christmas was given to us. Christmas wasn't something that like I don't know any story of any African story or any indigenous native people story of Christmas, because Christmas come from Christianity, and clearly the origins of Christianity, well, we know there are African origins, but here in Americas it was a tool being used in slavery, you know. So that is where it stems from. That is the origin of it here on this land.
100%.
All right. So understanding that, it's like, okay, that was made up too. And then we're gonna get into the other stuff. I'm gonna continue the story I have my dad. But here, Kwanzaa is an annual non-religious cultural celebration. So people have already removed the Jesus. Right? So then
They kept it a buck.
kept it a whole buck, right? Already done removed the Jesus. It's already about the gifts and what you got and what who ain't got and what these person ain't got and now and all that, right? So that's clearly that it ain't no religion in that, because if all principle of religion have to do with being compassionate, sharing, caring, giving, sacrificial, sacrificing, you know. So clearly it ain't that. So we got Kwanzaa is an annual non-religious cultural celebration for African Americans and people of the African diaspora, observed from December 26th to January 1st. It is a joyful week-long event focused on the principles of family, community, Black culture, modeled after African harvest festivals. Okay. And then we got 7 principles down here. You know, we got Umoja, we got Kuja Chakalia, we got Ujima, we got Nia, we got Imani, we got Kaumba, and we have Ujama. So, you know, I don't know why we're not
Click on the minutes.
celebrating.
Click on the next one down.
Well, we're not gonna go too deep
Oh,
into it tonight
all right.
because everybody gonna come back Sunday,
Word.
and we're gonna be smoking on the word Kwanzaa,
Word.
and we're gonna go all the way into it. You know, we're gonna go into Dr. Karanga and, you know, its roots and everything. You know, so we're not gonna give them too much tonight, but just know that there is something for you that is culturally yours, made by someone who looks like you, who thought about you in principle. African American people. Okay.
And not for nothing, it still allows you to observe the birth of baby Jesus, because it doesn't start to the day after.
Right. So you can still have your Christ, you know, your
Ain't that
Christ
interesting?
mass
So them 95 be hating for no reason. It ain't
for no reason.
it's not a replacement.
It's not a replacement.
It's not a replacement.
You know, but it does when y'all come back Sunday and y'all see what we got going on Sunday, when we break down these principles of Kwanzaa, then you'll be able to tell if African Americans are practicing these principles collectively amongst each other. And, you know, we're all, the cat's out the bag. I can already tell you we're not.
I was about to say, we don't need to wait till then.
You know, I can already tell you that we ain't doing that. You
We ain't
know,
doing that.
because like the guy was saying, you know, you could be part of that small group who strives to exemplify those things, but then you have such a larger group that choose to resist. They like the chaos. They like the, you know, the
The regular mundane crap.
the stuff that doesn't look like we're strong together. It's pick a side culture. It's pick a side culture. No matter if you're wrong or right, I'm just gonna pick a side and even stand with the wrong, you know.
Yeah.
And those who say I'm not picking a side, but I am letting you know that you're wrong, and that's not to say that I'm picking that person's side, because they could be wrong with what they did too. But there is a bigger picture if you can see it, But when people standing on trying to be wrong and this and that, you could let your wrong take you all the way to the grave, rightfully. So let's get to now question number 4. What are the positives and negatives of Christmas? Explain both. So I'm gonna pick up first, God, because with that story that I was telling you.
Yeah.
So this was a negative. This was a negative because the negative things, always kind of stand out. But I think they don't. I think they really don't. I think people always mask the negatives and then just say, whatever the gift things and the tree and the the consumerism and the fun stuff, we just gonna go with that. We're not even gonna worry about the negative stuff, even though it has consequence, negatively. So when I was speaking with my dad today, we was talking about when a child gets revealed that their parents are Santa, or their parent is Santa Claus, that Santa Claus does not exist, that it's a lie. Okay, how devastated they are, like how traumatized they are,
Crushed.
Like they're just crushed, like just, oh my God, like. And as we spoke about that, he went on and was saying some things. But what I've realized was, like, the child is not, let me say this. How did it come to me? The question is the child devastated that the Santa is not real? Or is the child devastated that the person that they trusted in their life, with their life all the time, who says, don't lie to me, lying is bad, don't tell fibs, don't tell stories, tell the truth, is now being revealed that the person who they would have been ingrained to never lie to has lied to them this whole time. So are they being traumatized from the lie? Like, damn, like I looked at you like you would never lie to me. Or is it just Santa's not real? Or is it part of that whole dynamic? And what I thought in answering the question was just like, and adding that was just that, like, to even go through some shit like that, like that's negative. That's like putting yourself in a negative situation. And we do that for consumerism. That's what, we do that just for toys and gifts and this illusion. And I asked my dad, I wonder how, how that became, like I wonder why that became a routine for people, and why nobody ever values having a trustworthy relationship And I said, is that like our first experience of distrust? You know, and it ruins us in relationships like for the rest of our life, because at this age I'm understanding that trust is everything. Like if I can't trust you, I don't care if it's at work, I don't care if it's a personal relationship or a business relationship. If I feel like I can't trust you, then we don't have no relationship. And that right there is establishing, you know, a relationship of trust with the person that you trust with your life, like your mother, your father, your parents, whoever, or whoever is playing that role. And it's like, damn, are they devastated because of that? So that's a negative effect that just through conversing today, being thankful today, being able to talk to dad and everything like that. That was a positive that I got from that, from us having that build together. But I was wondering though, like, I wonder where the devastation comes from. What part of that is the trauma? Is it both?
100% both, God. Because think about it, right? Like it's not just don't lie, don't tell stories, don't fib, and the people closest to you have lied to you, right? You have now discovered that everybody else around you have been participating in the lie as well, right? And have been joyfully lying to you and got smiles on their face when they find out that you found out that Santa Claus isn't real anymore. Now they talking about, oh, poor baby, with smiles on their face. And it just shows you that you got a lot of people that's gonna like this, that lying is the thing to do. I feel like that whole Santa thing shows you like lying is how you get ahead in this world, right? You can't keep it a buck. You can't be honest about stuff. It's all about, and that's where the commercial, the consumerism stuff come in, because the more it look like you got, then the more respect people give you, the nicer people act towards you. The like it just comes with more just because of the way it looks. That's why I call these motherfuckers looking ass motherfuckers, because it's dangerous to be sitting there with your mouth wide open looking at some damn body, right? Like yeah, I think it's both. I think when you find out your parents been lying to you and Santa, like, so all the commercials you've seen about Santa ain't real. That means they lying, right? They we never had a chimney, so that means that no magical chimney just appears, and I get a fire escape. What I'm saying, like, Santa come down the chimney, like none of that ever happens,
Right.
right? Like everything just is like one big lie, and it just messes you up. And it's like, as a child, it's like you start looking around, it's like, man, so what's real? Like, who's being real? Especially when you come from like certain areas where poverty is prevalent,
Right.
right? Everybody trying to come up and get over. It just make it tough, God. Like,
Because I'm under the impression, like I don't have babies, but I'm under the impression that keeping it a buck would allow for them to learn responsibility at an early age, would understand, like, and then fortify our relationship. I'm not gonna lie to you, like
yeah,
I'm not gonna lead you. If anybody gonna lie to you in this world, it's gonna be somebody who ain't me. I'm gonna tell you the truth so much that you hate it. That
that you definitely hate it.
you know, you know,
You're gonna not want to talk to me because it's gonna be nothing but the truth.
truth, right? So it's gonna force you to go think about the truth before you even come talk to me, because you're like, damn, okay, I got the solution already, because that's all he gonna give me. He gonna tell me, so.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's in my mindset, but I'm like, I agree with what you were saying. Like, it seems that this narrative, even socially, where people, the whole Karen situation, the whole throwing rocks and hiding your hand type
I hate
situation,
that.
You know, the whole, like, everybody just is so cool with the lie, you know, and will pick sides with the liar, you know, because they fear somebody who's going to be honest and tell the truth, like, you know. And it's just like, that's crazy that it seems like that this is stemming from this, that this is the place, this is the inception, this celebration of this Christmas idea is the inception where we get this right at home.
And that's why it's so disgusting, God, because it's so subtle that most people, like again, when your five people be trying to say this stuff, it don't sound logical, it don't sound believable, right? Because it's like, how could something so small contribute, to such devastation and such trauma, and you're in recovery your whole life, right? And it's hard to fathom, and it's like not really when you think about it. Like you could have just told Shorty the truth. Like, mommy and daddy work hard. Like
We
what you
work hard, right?
like what you want for Christmas? Like Christmas still exists. You still
Yeah.
you still
We
get
still can get the tree.
you
We
still get
still
the
can do
tree.
all
You
that. But we
still
ain't
get
looking, but the milk and cookies is for us.
that's for
Okay.
us, for me and mommy, you
Like,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, like, you know,
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
like, nah.
Like,
And you don't have to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody about to show up but us, you know? So, nah, you don't have to go to bed. But you know, you got to wait till after midnight if we going to do something. Okay, cool. No problem. And you could do your thing. But, you know, just for ritual practices or, you know, fun practices, you know, you can bake cookies all night and
who
you can still
cares?
do all that and bake a gingerbread house and all that shit. You know, like I love that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
So
Like I think going to bed part is essential, because you don't want your children to know where you've been hiding the toys at, right? So if they still awake when you go get them, they gonna be looking. They gonna like, oh yeah, look, all right, I see that's the spot.
okay,
So I would hold that one up, for
so they
that.
still gotta go to bed.
Just so they don't know where the gifts at, because
Okay.
otherwise, I mean, if you want to do it, because like me personally, and I'm a Kwanzaa guy, so I like to give them out multiple days.
Yeah, yeah,
So
multiple days. Like, yeah, you got this today.
ah,
Ah. Go all day.
bang.
Look, go all day the next day. Like, damn, me must ain't gonna do nothing today. Ah, you thought I forgot it. Ah. What's the principle for today?
Right? Like
You
it's
feel?
love, bro. Like and
Yeah,
it's that's
you know.
yeah.
So
I
yeah,
think
God.
being upfront is way better, man. Like, it's too many lies out here, man. Too many lies.
Yeah, because nobody's really touching on the principles for
Think about it,
Christmas
right?
today. Like,
Imagine if our dads only had to worry about providing a meal and not going broke trying to provide the world for a show, right? Trying to keep up with the Joneses. Because if we just stuck to the feast with our
as the definition
right, like if
states,
like I think we wouldn't have so many broken homes, right? Because economics is the number one, not the number one, but a huge reason for a lot of relationships falling apart. And Christmas and these holidays, like, is they huge. Like, listen to all the baby mama, baby daddy drama. You ain't give me this gift, you ain't get my, that gift, blah blah blah. That it's just bye 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 bye. And it's like, damn. It's like, but if all I had to do
yeah.
was get some food and feed you, like, like that's all.
We do that every
We do
day.
that every day. Like, come on,
You
son.
know,
Like,
so we can, so which we want? We want to get some. If we do chicken every day, y'all want steak and
you
y'all
want
want
steak?
surf and
You
turf.
want surf and turf? You want lobster? What you want?
You
You know
know,
what I'm
you want
saying?
lobster tails? Like,
You
let's
know, there's some
do it.
blue crab. What you want? You
You
know what
know,
I'm
we
saying?
want lamb choppage. What we gonna do? You
You know
know.
what I'm saying? Like,
So yeah, like if we were living by the definition of it,
by the definition,
yeah, if we were
instead of the
living by the
meaning.
definition of it instead of the meaning and the consumerism that's attached to it, And I'm glad that you said that, y'all, because God, because right now the question that we are, that we are asking is what are the positives and negatives, of Christmas. And another one of those negatives that you just touched on was just like how when you said that imagine if parents only had to, well, I ain't even gonna say they have to because nobody has to, but if that was the only thing, that was the obligation that they felt as though was the obligation on that
That was
day,
the whole
right?
thing. Was
Yeah,
yeah.
was just a more advanced meal, like another Thanksgiving, right? Because it's no gifts on Thanksgiving. It's just a bunch of good food,
It's
right?
just awesome.
It's a feast,
It's just awesome.
right? So if it were that, if it was just like, oh, we're gonna have another Thanksgiving,
You get
more
the
sweet
house hot.
potato pies, more cocoa plum
You know,
cake, more, like yeah, it's going, more ice cream, more a la mode, and
come
all that
on,
stuff, right?
son.
So, so yeah, I mean, I'm a fat boy at heart. So, so if it was just that, then it would not be. And those were things that I would consider to be positives. All of those treats and
All that's
and
love.
that good stuff, right? But there wouldn't be going into debt on credit cards and then waiting for a tax return to get out of that. So waiting till, spending money now and carrying it till February, to get yourself out of the hole for a day,
Worst case scenario, dad won't have lunch money for 3 days.
And I think that process too, because of that feeling as though, oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I deserve this. Like it is some shit that people do deserve, but I'm like, that's toothpaste and toilet paper. you know, like that's my deserves. you know.
I deserve
Some
all the
toothpaste,
toothpaste and toilet
some
paper.
toilet paper,
I deserve
you know,
a clean bathroom.
a clean
You know what
bathroom,
I'm saying?
you know.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah,
But it's not like, those things are material, but it's not like I gotta have a tree, I gotta have the presents, I gotta have the this, the that.
yeah.
And I know that I'm at a different level of understanding you know than others, but the negative things I think have had the most profound effect on people, on American period, right? Um, because they just encourage consumerism, um, the piling of debt, bad money management. I was just talking with a relative of mine,
Yeah,
and
right.
they were talking about money stuff, and I was just like, a lot of people make enough money, but they have bad money management. So they really don't need to make more money. They need to learn how to manage what they have, you know. But this time of the year, promotes bad money management, with those things that you were saying that emanate through, the conscious of people feeling as though they have to have this or they have to have that or they're less than, you know,
Yo, on that right there, God, like think
or
about it, right?
permeate. That's the word, permeate, right?
We coming off a government shutdown, right? Where cats was not getting paid. Yes, they got retro, and then they got their money back. But what those 40 something days should have showed people was like, yo, you got to have your ducks in a row,
Mm-hmm.
right? If, you know, to me, it's suspect and suspicious, right? That they give us all this money back right around the holidays for us to spend and stimulate the economy further, right? And I agree, God. Like if it was just about the feast, it wouldn't be as much depression. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be no debt because you talk about food
Yeah, you just
they,
go to the
they
store. Yeah.
You ain't got to go to the store. Like they give away food. They got mad places that give away food. They give away turkeys for Thanksgiving all the time. They give away the food banks. Like it's mad places.
Not for Christmas though.
They don't. Uh,
Let
they
me tell you
don't.
something. I went to go get a turkey, God. I almost called you. Okay. I almost had you overnight me a bird. Okay. I went to go get a turkey and they had no turkeys. And I even asked the store manager, and the store manager was just like, he was like, bro, we haven't seen a turkey since like 2 days after Thanksgiving. I was like, damn.
That's that's so that, that's a perfect example of consumerism, right? Like they got us, man. They
Yeah.
got us, man. Yo, you gotta support our interests, bro. Like this shit is nuts, man. Yo, support your local farmers. Get you a friend, man. If you can't grow your own, holla at somebody that can, and don't hate supporting their ass, right? Because they're gonna be supporting your belly, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely, God. So we have just been going over our questions tonight, y'all. What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? Has the birth of Jesus become dwarfed by the concept of giving? Why do you think African Americans prefer to celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa? And number 4, what are the positives and negatives of Christmas? Explain both. Let us know in the comment section what you think are positives and negatives of the holiday. Let us know if you prefer Christmas or Kwanzaa and why you don't want to celebrate Kwanzaa, or why you prefer Christmas or why you prefer Kwanzaa over Christmas. Or if you celebrate both, let us know. Also, let us know, is Jesus become dwarfed at the concept of gift giving, or and we're not talking about if you still got your Jesus. We saying like
No.
like because you do hear us giving our perspectives and our opinions, our insights here, and a lot of time refer to how we apply things. But it's cool to share that, share what you want, right? We encourage all the sharing. We read all the comments, we're gonna answer. But like, give us how you feel and how you see others around you too, you know because sometimes you different, sometimes you not, you not on what everybody else on, and let us, and and people be offended by it, like we was talking about. People be offended because you not a follower, or you not a get with, or you not, and don't let these words that I'm using seem negative. That's my interpretation of it. If you have your own mind, then you just a person who has your own morals, principles, standards, ideas, and things that subscribe to, and that's fair. you
Mm.
know um
And normal.
and normal, and normal, even though out of the 5 people, the 95 people gonna call you they gonna call you abnormal, because we all acting the goddamn fool, and you the only one that want to act like you got some sense. What's your problem?
That's a fact, God. That's a fact.
you know so, and also, what do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? We also want to know, like we said, Merry Christmas to everybody. Appreciate y'all for joining us and everything. Make sure to like and share the video. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays live. Right now, we are going to take a break from our questions and get into tonight's flavor bombs.
Flavor Bombs, presented to you by DBCHEFTV.
Okay, y'all. So we got a couple of flavor bombs tonight. We're gonna go down to the DF Dub, Dallas Fort Worth. Shout out to them. Where it was a Christmas Eve robbery. And it's always some good movies to have like Christmas plots and everything. So I thought that this was a cool story to check out. Um, Sad story, but ignorant story. But we're gonna check it out. It's funny. We're gonna have some funny commentary behind it. And then two, a story of some children. This is Christmas, and like the definition said, it's supposed to be about the birth of Jesus, you know, and the significance of a child being born. And you know, we love all the children, man. Like we, you know, it's a whole bunch of stupid ass adults out here, but you know, it ain't the baby's fault. So this story, Operation Northern Light, shout out to the hardworking U.S. Marshals who were doing the investigative work to help this come to an end and get these children back to their parents and, you know, in safe hands. So we're gonna check that out. We're gonna share some commentary about that.
Surveillance video inside a Tarrant County convenience store shows a bold ATM theft in action. There are two masked men. They're in black. They use a sledgehammer to get inside. Then they hook a rope to the ATM and floor the SUV. The ATM goes flying. The shelves in that store do too. This all happened in White Settlement. Let's go to Fox 4's David Santendry because, David, you spoke with the chief out there. What does the chief have to say?
Yeah, Heather, well, the chief was saying this was a brazen ATM theft, especially when you consider that it was clear there were people inside the store.
Thankful no one was hurt. You have the store clerk in there. You actually had a customer in there.
Surveillance video shows a customer and clerk inside a White Settlement 7-Eleven around 3 a.m. Wednesday. A stolen SUV parks in front of the store. Two men wearing masks and gloves get out of the SUV. One of them smashes store windows with a sledgehammer. The other hands off a rope with a hook, and they set their sights on an ATM in the back of the store.
Hooks to the ATM, signals to the getaway driver.
Look at this, the force. The ATM pulled out of the store while hooked to the SUV. The men drive off in and out in less than 2 minutes.
I mean, to get in and out less than 2 minutes, that is a quick turnaround.
White Settlement Police Chief Christopher Cook says officers responded 15 seconds after the thieves fled westbound on I-30. And while they got away, they were unable to hold on to the ATM for long.
The cable breaks, and so the ATM goes flying into a grass culvert near a Mitsubishi auto dealership.
Video shows where police found the ATM. License plate readers led police to find the SUV abandoned, a half-mile away from the crime scene.
Of course, unbeknownst to us at the time, that vehicle was stolen about an hour before in Dallas at an apartment complex.
Chief Cook believes this crime is connected to similar incidents in DFW, possibly even ones involving the same store owner.
He's been hit 3 times. He's got a lot of convenience stores in Dallas-Fort Worth. He really feels like same people involved. It's always a stolen SUV. It's always 2 guys, and they do the same thing.
ATM thefts are relatively common, but it's uncommon for bystanders to be inside a store when it happens.
And we believe it was brazen also because not only is the store open, it's well lit, it's a small town. A lot of criminals know you're going to commit crimes in larger populations because sometimes those police officers are more busy.
Chief Cook hopes someone comes forward with information.
This is a pretty serious felony, like you'll go to prison.
Info which leads to an arrest.
These bad guys, they brag about stuff like this. They tell these stories. And so we're hopeful that one of their so-called friends, you know, does the right thing, gives us a tip, even if it's anonymous, they're eligible for a cash reward, and that might lead us down the path to get them identified.
Again, no one inside of that store was hurt, and as the chief mentioned, you can reach out to White Settlement PD if you have any information on those 2 suspects. Heather, back to you.
Yep. If you want that reward.
Yo, God.
If you want that reward, tell all your friends.
That's the thing to do these days, right? Like, man, yo, I don't promote criminality, but man, I hate stupid criminals. Like that I didn't understand that at all. Like they got the thing out the damn store.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
Like I don't want to help them, but I'm just saying. Like,
I'm just saying, like nobody thought to lift it up and put it in the back of it.
Both guys put this thing up. Like nobody.
Nobody. We gonna drag it. Wasn't well thought out.
Like I'm like, so when it first happened, I was like, oh, that worked. I was like, I ain't said that out loud, did I? I was like, that's an inside thought, cool. But then I actually see the rest of it, I'm like, oh my God. like, like,
Yeah.
you just gonna look at it drag, and then you're gonna jump in the car knowing that you left it dragging. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand. You know, they said the cops was there 15 seconds after they left. Like,
15 seconds after they left.
not for nothing, that them picking it up probably would have got them caught.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Think they could have done it quicker than 15 seconds?
Yep.
I do too.
Yep.
I do too.
Yep. I think they could have done it in 10.
I do too.
I think they could have got it done in 8.
if them brothers get caught, man, they going to prison for nothing. Like,
for nothing, right?
Putting not mad people, but enough people's lives in jeopardy and danger for attempted murder. Like that was dangerous.
Well, they had the carjacking first.
Oh man,
So that's a carjack. That's an auto theft, a carjacking
from a whole nother place, from a whole nother state. Yeah, that's
no, they said that was local. That was local. They said they had just stolen the SUV from an apartment complex somewhere. They had just carjacked that. So, and who knows whether they was hyping it up, whether they stole it like Jimmy DeLock and tilted the ignition. Not that I know about that stuff, but I know some people about. You know what I'm saying? So like, not that they did that, like, but if they jacked it, were actually, put a firearm to a person under threat and duress to give up their vehicle, like that's a kidnapping charge.
Oh my God, that's way worse.
So, and an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, like, those charges are serious when they start.
I ain't gonna lie, God. When I see stuff like that, like, so when they mentioned, the owner, this happening to him multiple times and whatnot, I ain't gonna lie. Part of me be hoping inside job, because the idea that we're getting to that level as a society where it don't matter when and where, we just gonna be as brazen as we want, and there's still an expectation of civility amongst each other. Like, that's scary.
Well, the youth play these video games, so they looking at it like it's Grand Theft Auto and shit.
They was all masked up if they was youths.
That's true too, but I mean, I think it's old cats who play video games too in their 40s. I think it's those who have never put the joystick down.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they still think it's cool to, but they locking people up though, like, and that's what makes it.
Them cats is going to prison.
Yeah.
For like,
they didn't steal the money, but they definitely going to prison for destruction of private property, for the carjacking and all that other stuff.
I think they still get caught. I still think they get charged with stealing the money because it did leave the whole location.
Nah, it's attempted.
Why is it attempted? Because they took it off the wall.
Well, they didn't get possession of it. They recovered it.
So they picked.
They recovered it. Yeah.
It was like a fumble.
Yeah. So like, it's a difference when you get caught with it too. Like, they seen them take it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then, that possession of it is 9/10 of the law. So if you get caught with it, that's red-handed. So like, yeah, we saw you do it, and we caught you with it.
They better get rid of that rope. Cause that rope that's a part of that safe, it matches the rope that's in the back of that truck. That's the
Oh, they probably left everything. They probably didn't burn the SUV. They said they found it. They said they found the SUV. Yeah, like, not that we giving or encouraging these young people on how to do crime. I'm just saying, like I said, if I'm gonna do crime, I'm gonna be thinking about the getaway more than because what they just did, they just ran up in there and just.
What they did was dumb. That was for no reason. Like, what was that for, right? Like, Hell, they could have blew up the damn gas station and shit like with that food.
They could have blew up the gas station. They could have hit one of them pumps, bringing that out, and exploded the thing, blew up the car. The little boy,
oh my God,
or whoever it was that was the one hooking the thing up, he could have got caught on fire. Michael Jackson, Pepsi commercial ad.
Woo.
Yeah.
No GoFundMe.
Yeah, probably a GoFundMe. Probably a GoFundMe. Like, he out there doing that, you know. But who knows, man? So many people, you know, you get people from all walks of life who think that it's cool to go do crime and come from good families and good backgrounds and don't have a reason, an actual reason, other than just to be part of some cool club doing stuff like that, you know. Or some cool group of friends, like like I triple dog dare you, and then you end up with your damn tongue stuck on a
but he triple dog dared me. Been there. I've been there.
You know, now you stuck froze to a pole
like a damn dummy.
Like a damn dummy.
With those same people laughing at you.
That's it. They laughing. That's all they doing. They just laughing.
Laughing at you.
Well, let's go ahead and get into this story. It's sad, but you know, one of these stories on Christmas that, you know, that sometimes Christmas ain't supposed to be about you. Like with the giving, I mean, the giving is not even supposed to be a part of the Christmas. I mean, according to the definition, y'all don't get mad at me, but it ain't supposed to be no trees, no gifts, no none of that. I mean, that's the definition. It's supposed to be a feast.
And Noels.
And Noels, you know, but no mistletoe, no none of that stuff.
You can have Yuletide.
You can have Yuletide, whatever. You can even have Crank That Soldier Boy.
Whatever, I know, right? Whatever Yuletide is, right? You can have that.
You can even have that. But it doesn't say nothing about no gifts, nothing about no tree, nothing about no wreaths, nothing about no lights, all the stuff, all the material things that we either value, don't value, or, you know, think that we need to have or we need to compete with, or of it, you know, affects us psychologically. Like, none of that has to do with the birth of Jesus. None of it. And a feast for that particular occasion. But the gift giving of it, the gift aspect of it, right, it's supposed to be about giving. You know, people say it's better to give than to receive, you know, and then this is semantic that comes with that shit too. So but in the concept of what Christ is about,
that would
according
be a true
to
statement.
According to the religious texts and everything, the giving, the sacrifice, the compassion, you know, this is one of them stories that I think deserves a lot of compassion, because we just seen like what P. Diddy right now, he and they was trying to put him on similar things, you know, that he was not convicted of, you know, and then he is convicted of what he's convicted of. But this is one of those stories of a real life thing that that is going on. So we're gonna take it down to the great state, the Sunshine State, on this Christmas Day, because it's Christ, the sun, right? So we might as well go with a story from the Sunshine State. Let's get it.
Well, first tonight, dozens of missing children reunited with their families. Among those, 3 from Okaloosa County, a 17-year-old, 15-year-old, and 1-year-old.
Now, this comes after Operation Northern Lights, which was led by U.S. Marshals. Our Natalie Williamson has your late reporting tonight. And Natalie, they're calling this the most successful missing child operation ever in northern Florida.
Yeah, that's right, Lenise and Cameron. According to the marshals, officers went door to door, scoured social media, and made phone calls to narrow down where the kids could be. And after 12 days, 43 children were found all across Florida. This video taken by the Leon County Sheriff's Office in Florida shows federal agents and law enforcement officers working behind the scenes to rescue dozens of critically missing children.
This was the largest missing child operation ever conducted in northern Florida, and we're very proud to say that 43 children will now be home safe for the holidays.
According to the U.S. Marshals, through Operation Northern Light, children ranging from 1.5 to 17 years old were reunited with their families. Of those include a 1, 15, and 17-year-old missing out of Okaloosa County. The 1 and 17-year-old were rescued by U.S. Marshals outside Jackson, Mississippi. The agency says one person was arrested for interfering with child custody. The U.S. Marshals say the 15-year-old and the child's abductor were found in Ocala. The adult was arrested and charged with interference with child custody. Greg Legedal, acting U.S. Marshal for the Northern District of Florida, say the children that were saved were critically missing, meaning they were at risk of violent crimes or other serious harms like drugs, sexual exploitation, domestic violence, or crime exposure.
During the course of the operation, we ended up recovering children from multiple states, including Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana. We had a lot of these cases that could potentially lead to charges of human trafficking, of interference with child custody, and just a lot of really, really bad situations that these children had found themselves in.
Legedal says this wouldn't have been possible without the help of state law enforcement and local agencies, including Pensacola PD. Legedal says the biggest takeaway from this operation is to always know what your child is doing, who they are associating with.
Yep, that's all we got right there. They said the biggest thing is to know what your child is doing and who they are associating with. Like,
I'm glad they found those children. That was terrible.
yeah. Yeah, so this is a real thing. We hear about it. And one thing, like I said, shout out to those law enforcement personnel who was working overtime trying to get those children found and back into back into homes of safety, and hopefully they don't get removed again, because a lot of times when I hear these stories, I'm like, well, what happened in the first place? Like, how did they get detached from their parents? Because like I couldn't imagine it. I don't even have babies, but I couldn't imagine I couldn't imagine getting a call from one of my brothers with children, and they like, bro, I was at the grocery store. I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, I'm on the way. Like I can't imagine that one of my cousins' family, somebody called me. It's like, I'm on the way.
Yo, God,
like we not sleeping, we not eating, we want the police to do their job, but we right there with you every single day. Yeah, who's this person? Oh, that's Uncle Pearl. You know what I'm saying? That's Cousin Earl. However you want to call it, man. Like, nah, like I'm gonna be there because if, like, I can't imagine that. So it kind of sends chills a little bit because it's just like, damn, like, are the parents like just giving up? Or are these criminals just that good and stealing the babies?
Yo, son, like they good. The human trafficking world, bro, is sophisticated. The fear that goes through a parent's mind when you at the grocery store and you got your little one, and you turn around for a second and turn back and they not exactly right there, and they just move because they playing a little hide and seek game from you. Cause they don't think it's that big of a deal, and your heart sink talking about what the fuck.
Right. Bring your little ass over here. But you make me fuck somebody up.
like because and that's just in the grocery store, right? Like,
right.
because so much can happen I mean, man, it'd be a lot, man. It'd be a lot. So yeah, nah, it's they good at it, bro. They really good at taking these children, at taking people, period, not just children. Right? Everybody think I'm too big, I'm too grown to get taken. Nah, they got drugs that can make you forget how long you was actually gone for.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, once again, shout out to those law enforcement. Y'all did a amazing police work. That's the police work we like to see. You know?
That's right. On that,
you know, and
can't be mad at that at all.
And even though it's Christmas, you know, death to anybody that want to harm children, got any harm for children on their heart, you know, death to you.
All the way.
We say that with a smile. You know? May your ass burn in hell.
But burn here first, and then burn.
Yeah, let's help you burn on the way. Let's give you a head start. Right? Hell yeah.
Man, 43, man. Whew.
43 babies, but they got found though in return. So, you know, to have a Merry Christmas. Yeah, but
you've just been Flavor Bomb, and now back to our show.
Yep, so if you're just joining us, y'all, thank you for pulling up. Make sure to smash that like button. We really appreciate it. And also, don't forget, right now, we got 25% off all merch at the DBCHEFTV gift shop. And head on over to www.bksoulfarm.com and pick up a copy of 1016-160 Self-Sustainability by the guy Ali Dawood. We have been smoking on the word Christmas, y'all. And we're going to go ahead and get into our last question of the evening. Nevertheless, is the word Christmas bad, good, or misunderstood? The God Ali Dawood at BK Soul Farm.
So I'm gonna be fair. And oh man, am I still there?
I can hear you.
Oh man, God. So I'm gonna be fair. I think my video went out and say that is misunderstood. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I'm gonna say that it's misunderstood. I'm gonna leave it like, yeah, the commercialism could make it bad, but I'm gonna say that the commercialism is what makes it misunderstood. Because the definition of it is supposed to be the birth of Jesus. We're supposed to be doing a feast, and that is not the main focus primarily from what I see visually.
Right.
So based off that alone, I'm gonna say that it's misunderstood. And that's what I got. Yeah.
Okay. Well, definitely, man, it's all three to me, bad, good, and misunderstood, but primarily misunderstood. Definitely after now we see this definition, because in my brain, for some reason, I thought that the gifts and everything were a part of Christmas. Absolutely, absolutely not. In all these years, never going to examine the definition. I thought that if you looked up the definition for Christmas in a dictionary, that it would have significance to all of the gifts, the Christmas trees, the what do we call it? The festive nature of Christmas, and all of the different, all of the different things, the gatherings, the family gatherings, and all of that. I thought that's what the definition would resemble. I had no idea that it would just be limited strictly to a feast for the birth of Christ, So understanding that now I don't feel bad. Now I don't feel bad. I just realized, like, you are the oddball because everybody else wants to do the meaningful thing, not the actual thing.
Not the
You know,
actual thing.
so so I'm definitely gonna say that it's misunderstood because of that. The good is that, you know, people do get to see families. It is a reason to share time with family. It is a reason to give thanks if you are going to give thanks, you know, kind of like Thanksgiving, to be thankful for your situation. And then the bad part is just, you know, the things we talked about earlier, like the lie that we have to live in order to perpetuate the narrative, the debt, you know, the things that we feel like we have to consume, and then we look at paying for it later, you know, and it becomes a cycle that we constantly do this. You know, there is no financial, no fiscal responsibility that gets implemented, so that way you can manage it better moving forward from year to year. You know, I hear that. I've heard that. Like, I grew up hearing that. Like, oh well, we got through Christmas. Now we just got to get through. You know,
Something
and it's,
survived.
yeah, it's
Like
like,
a hurricane.
yeah, and I'm like, and I never understood that till I got older, and like, well, we got through Christmas, and you know, you hear parents saying that, but you don't know, you playing with your shit, or you know, you just like, well, we got through Christmas, so it's like, so does that mean that you're gonna have to put something on the light bill? Like, you're not gonna be able to pay the whole light bill, you know,
They won't get
because
turned off.
because I got this toy, you know. So you know, those are the bad things that I see culturally, for American culture, because that isn't limited to a complexion. You know, I think there are plenty of households of all ethnicities who suffer through this, that type of financial turmoil, you know, or that mindset, or develop that mindset, which continues that same struggle over and over and over again. So, you know, so that's why I'm putting the bad, good, and misunderstood all on Christmas Day, aka Kwanzaa Eve.
Kwanzaa Eve, I like
and
it.
and yeah, y'all, that we have been smoking on the word Christmas this evening. These were our questions. What do you think of when you hear the word Christmas? Has the birth of Jesus become dwarfed by the concept of gift giving? Why do you think African Americans prefer to celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa? What are positives and negatives of Christmas? Explain both. And is the word Christmas bad, good, or misunderstood? Let us know what you think in the comment section. We appreciate it. And always, you know, we appreciate everybody for pulling up another great conversation, exchanging insights. And before we go, one more time, it's never too many times. We got 25% off right now at the DBCHEFTV gift shop. Links in the description. Go and check that out, y'all, right now till January the 5th, 2026. And also check out www.bksoulfarm.com for 10, 16, 160 self-sustainability by the God Ali Dawood El. It's always the perfect time to get your self-sustainability game up, okay? So we want everybody to continue to have a peaceful, positive, and productive holiday, you know, and we will see y'all right here on Sunday, 8 p.m. East Coast time, where we're gonna talk about Kwanzaa, y'all. We're gonna get into Kwanzaa. So we're gonna be smoking on. We're gonna go in depth. We're gonna do some history stuff on it, and it's gonna be fun. It's going to be educational like we always do. And yeah, until next time. Peace, God.
Peace, God. This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
It's the most wonderful time of the year again, where families make new memories, share old memories, and celebrate the new year. So visit the DBCHEFTV gift shop for the best stocking stuffers to add to your holiday cheer. Enjoy 25% off our entire site now through January 5th, 2026. At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak Podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast, The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. If it's Friday night and you don't have a date, then brunch with the fellas is your spot, so don't be late. We go up at 9 p.m. with the trending topic news. Smash the like, comment, subscribe, and share the content. Don't be rude at Brunch Fellas, now streaming on YouTube. Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel. Smoking on words like two big nerds. Hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.